What's up everybody? Josh from Back Corner Studios here, and we are back today and we are going to discuss paint guns. Other videos, you guys have seen them hanging up in the back. I've actually had some questions about which guns I'm using, what types I'm using, why do I have so many? So let's get into this. So as you see, most of them, they're all hanging up. We do have a couple here quick on the bench, but they are in order of process. We're going to start right here. So this polyester primer is specifically what this gun is used for. We are spraying polyester primer over top of our bodywork, and if you want to check out the polyester primer video we have, click over here and go check that out. So this one here has a much larger fluid tip because we want to get much more product on there. So we are having a 2.5 fluid tip. We can see how big that is. So that is just gonna wham that product out on there. But that's what that is designed for, and this is specifically designed for polyester primers. Next up, we have two different primer guns. And the reason we have two different primer guns is some primers actually call for different nozzle sets. Okay, so like we pointed out on the polyester gun, it has a 2.5. This one here, we have a 1.8. This is good for polyester as well. It's also good for some metal flake, which, you know, that's another video series. A 1.8, not too many primers call for this. It's still there in our arsenal. This one here is a 1.4. So this is the gun we use mostly for primer right now because we need a 1.4 to 1.6 tip is what the recommendation of the primer that we're using. So this is our everyday go-to primer gun. So next we're going to move into sealer. We are using a 1.20. We're getting into a much finer, smaller opening. Now we're getting into finer micro details here with O patterns and I patterns. With an O pattern, it's going to have more of an oval spray pattern, and it has a heavier droplet. Okay, so it doesn't quite atomize, and atomize means breaking up that paint material coming out. So that's why I like this for sealer, because it gives it more of a larger droplet that lays a little bit more uniform on sealer, and we just want it's just a nicer film build, and it's just what I prefer. Again, that's for sealer, and you can check out that video on sealers that we have over here. Okay, so now we're going to move into our base coats. Now we have 3 different base coat guns, and they're all for just personal preference. This is a 1.3 tip, which I like using for solid colors, whites, blacks, and that type of thing. Again, atomization is why I'm looking at and why I like that for that application. When we're getting into finer silvers and finer metallics, I'm using a 1.2 on that. We had the O pattern there. The I pattern is going to be more straight up and down like this, and it's going to atomize it just a little bit finer. So that's why I really like to use that for higher metallics. This is just an additional base gun that I have with a 1.3. This is more of an everyday all-around gun that I use that for, and that's for all our colors. Now we're getting into the Magic and the clear coat gun. Our clear coat is a 1.3 for this specific clear coat that we're using, as we showed in our clear coat video that you can also check out over here. For that RMC 2000, I really like the 1.3 tip on that gun. It just atomizes and lays down. It works very well for my gun distance and my gun speed. All of my guns here are from SATA. I've been using SATA for almost 18 years now. They're a great reputable company. They're all different ages and variations of SATA guns. I have always found that they just fit my type of spraying for what any purpose I've needed them for, and they just fit. Again, they fit my hand well, they fit my gun speed, and they fit my gun distance. So I'm very, very comfortable with that. So you don't necessarily need to go out and spend, you know, $1,500 or $2,000 on paint guns. Okay, you can, if you're the DIYer, you can get something that's just fine at, you know, your hardware store. It's going to work for your application. I use, you know, professional equipment because that's what we're doing. You know, we're doing it every day, day in, day out. So we need high quality equipment that is going to take that wear and tear of spraying. SATA has always just worked very well for me, how I spray. They're very reliable, and you know, they just work very well for me. But remember, that's for me, and it might not be for you. So that is a rundown on all the guns and their applications that we're using here at Back Corner Studios. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and we will catch you in the next one.